Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're doing the weekly, September 15th to the 21st for the sign of Pisces. Let's get right into it, my lovely Pisces. Going to pull out your romance angel messages. Of course, this video, this video and all the weeklies are now timestamped, so you can go in the description and go ahead and jump to the section that you want to jump to. You deserve love. First card out, beautiful. It's been coming out a lot this week for a lot of people. Heart-to-heart conversations also. Seems to be a week of people really, the collective, at least those who are watching my videos, really nurturing themselves, right? You deserve love, heart-to-heart, having good communication, soulmate energy, Pisces. It's very nice indeed. All right, so let's just pull out your animal spirits for the week. You deserve love, heart-to-heart conversations, and soulmate. Really, really beautiful energy. Definitely talking about an emphasis on love, connections, and relationships. So let's see what animal spirits are resonating with you this week, Pisces. And again, just take what resonates with you and throw the rest away of what pertains to your life right now. Bear. Wow. I think the bear actually came up earlier for Cancer. Hawk, air energy. Of course, the bear is earth. Hawk is air. And hummingbird, more air energy. Really beautiful. So let's go ahead and review these three animal spirit cards before we go into the forecast. Now the bear is really beautiful energy. It is earth elemental, but it indicates an awakening. The bear talks about an awakening from a slumber, a period of time in your life maybe where you really haven't paid as much attention as you could have, right? To the spiritual side of things, the emotional side of things, the deeper emotional side of things. The bear sort of awakens from the slumber and sort of, in a very, sometimes clumsily ambles toward awakening and understanding. This can be like an individual who has sort of begrudgingly sort of opened up their eyes, right? This can indicate energies coming in for you too, but you could be dealing with someone who's resonating with this kind of bear energy in a sense that they may be very stuck in their ways, but they're just slowly kind of beginning to awaken to new ideas, new concepts, new ways of looking at life, specifically with a focus to an increase in spiritual sort of development and progress. Certainly an increased interest in spirituality. Then we have the hawk, which is air energy. So the hawk comes in. The hawk is sort of all-seeing. The hawk is kind of the messenger of the divine, right? So the hawk talks about being open, being watchful, ever watchful, because there's messages, or there's an important message, one important message at least, that needs to come in, and you need to be very watchful to see it. This is a message that is important to your progress, your life progress, maybe your spiritual development or your emotional progress. And so the hawk is really beautiful sort of air energy. This is sort of not so much a person who generally comes in, but this is an energy that kind of resonates with yourself, where you're just being more aware, more watchful, more open to all kinds of information. Now the hummingbird is also air energy, but the hummingbird is that kind of social air energy. This can certainly represent a friend or someone who's coming into your life. The hummingbird is a delight to be around. As a personality, when somebody is resonating with a hummingbird, or they have a hummingbird personality right now coming out, they are really reliable, they're very hardworking. They're the person who's in the know. In England, they call it almost like Jack the Lad in a way, but in a positive way. This is the person who always knows where to go to get the best stuff, you know. This is the person who knows where to go to get to eat, have the nicest dinner or the best drinks, you know. There's a refinement with the hummingbird because, of course, the hummingbird knows where to go get the best nectar. So why? Because he's tried every other flower before. So it's through his own hard work and industriousness that makes the hummingbird this kind of real kind of like fountain or wealth of information. And you know, the hummingbird can be sort of the person that everyone goes to in a social group when they need, you know, a very like tricky situation dealt with, or they need a creative solution to something. The hummingbird is definitely that energy. So let's go ahead and get into your spreads, Pisces. We're going to pull out about 5 or 8 3-card spreads, anywhere from 5 to 8 3-card spreads to look at love, life, and career this week. I think, of course, we're talking about, there is a heavy emphasis here on divine messages coming in, information coming in, working to increase communication and opening up communication to the type of communication that maybe requires a still mind or meditation or opening up your third eye, things that can't really readily be seen or explained in everyday words. You know, it's just the opening of sort of spirituality and sort of more of a focus on the occult or the esoteric side of life, just theorizing about love and life and things like that. It just seems to be that kind of vibe this week, right? And then we also have certainly a vibe of having a real kind of connection, emotional connection with someone this week as well. So let's see. We'll get right into it, Pisces. And again, you can go into, are we upside down? I think so. And again, we can go into the description to go ahead and jump ahead if you'd like. All right, so Hangman, Energy, High Priestess, and Knight of Swords. So some of you, indeed, this is very much the combination of High Priestess and Hangman Energy is very much the dynamic of the bear animal spirit. It's an awakening from a period of being stuck perhaps in a certain area in your life. Although the bear talks about sort of a stagnation spiritually and kind of, or a slumber spiritually, even less than, not even really a stagnation, a slumber, which is like not even realizing, right? Not even being awake or conscious to that side of yourself. But that awakening is similar to Hangman and High Priestess. It's a realization that comes in. For some of you guys, you wake up to this side of your life, and it's definitely a more spiritual side, a side where you're wanting to increase your intuitive ability. I want to say almost the exact same spread came out for one of the signs earlier. I think it was also Cancer. But High Priestess comes in because there's a lot of things happening this week that sort of open your eyes to the possibility of increased sort of perception, extrasensory perception, a sixth sense, an increase in intuition. Because the High Priestess comes in and you very quickly begin to sort of go forward with all of this. Knight of Swords indicates that you've decided to kind of, or you've grabbed hold of this sort of new idea for yourself, or new path for yourself, almost in a way. And you're really gung-ho, you know, you're really confident. You want to move forward. You want to move forward in this direction. I think for some of you, this awakening has really been sort of magical in a way. And you are very, very eager to carry on this path. Some of you may be moving to actually do a spiritual pilgrimage or something of that sort, right? Or you may be changing residence to live in an area that is more conducive and harmonious for your spiritual growth. But either, whatever the case may be, this week you really sort of like grab hold of that desire and goal. Sun, 5 of Pentacles, and the Lovers. Wow. So somebody, interestingly enough, so you had a really rough situation somewhere along the line. I think you had a power struggle with somebody. It could have been definitely in a relationship for some of you. And it's like, a breakup recently that happened that kind of left you sort of paying the price financially. But what's really funny is that this week you get some clarity come in, and it's almost as if you get your kind of comeuppance and they get their comeuppance, because after the sun comes in this week, it's like, it's interesting because you find out some information about what happened in this situation for some of you, right? And because of what you find out, you kind of receive almost like a vindication that you weren't really so wrong or so bad, or you certainly didn't deserve the alienation that you received here. And not only that, do you find that out through that clarity from the sun, but you end up making a love connection here that's probably going to piss this person off very much, right? You end up coming together and having a deeper, like, hotter connection with someone than you had with the person here. And this person sees it and realizes that it's probably all as a result of this power struggle you had with them, that you've now found this wonderful love mate, soulmate connection, and they are going to really, like, I think this person is going to be really irritated, but this is beautiful. You're going to feel very vindicated. You feel like, wow, you know, karma, or the scales, right? The scales are finally weighing in my favor, right? This is not so much about karmic burning off karma, but more just having life being a bit more balanced in your favor, and you certainly make this great connection this week. Fool, 6 of Wands, King of Wands. So some of you are starting a new journey, right? You're starting a new path in life. It's quite interesting. You're just about to start this new path, right? It could be a new path at work. You could be changing jobs or changing where you live. You know what I mean? But there's some kind of, you may be starting school. There's some kind of significant new path that you kind of undertake, right? Most recently, you're planning to go forward with that. But this week, it's interesting. You kind of, as if, it's almost like if you're about to move to another job and you've given, like, let's say you've given your 2 weeks notice or 3 weeks notice, right? And you're wrapping everything up in this last few weeks of this life that you're still in, because you're just preparing for this new stage. You haven't quite totally entered it yet. This week, there's kind of this leftover sort of victory that comes in. It's almost as if this victory should have came to you months ago, but it didn't. And as a result of it not coming into you, you made plans to move forward, which is what you're actuating here with the Fool. But now that you have made that decision to move forward, it's almost like this leftover vindication or victory that you were owed a while back finally comes in. And it's very interesting because on the heels of that, somebody takes notice of you. There's a King of Wands in your life, Pisces, a very fiery individual. And it's quite interesting because this individual, you come together with them as a result of this victory. This victory could be a meeting, a luncheon, a dinner. It could be something that's happening at work. It could be something that's happening with in a social group or with your friends. It's certainly going to be an actual event at some point where all eyes are going to be somewhat on you. And it's at that event, I believe, that some of you are going to make this like really incredible connection. And it's going to feel like really weird because it's like it's coming in just as you're about to leave this whole stage of your life and start a new path in life. So for some of you, this is going to be quite an exhilarating and exciting time when you have all of these things suddenly juggling, that you're going to be juggling, the start of a new life, and possibly here the connection with a whole new person. But you can't deny this connection. You see how the King of Wands is looking at you and you're looking at him. It's like, boom, you come together like that. King of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, Page of Cups. Some of you are very happy in a very stable relationship with someone, and this relationship, it's been very happy for the most part because they've been very supportive for you. They've been very supportive to you. They've provided a lot of abundance and status in the sense that, you know, whatever you needed to do, they were kind of there. You know, your person is resonating with King of Pentacles energy. And so, yeah, this person has certainly earned their sort of credit, they've earned their sort of respect and everything like that. Certainly on a material level, this person may be a business owner or a really good boss, but I mean a good boss, a boss that's recognized, right, for his skills and his talents. And you have this really nice relationship with this person, and it is a long-term sort of almost like a marriage, commitment, soulmate relationship. However, this week there's a little dalliance there. There's a little cup of love there that comes in. And I want to say for some of you Pisces, this Page of Cups is coming in because although you love your King of Pentacles, you're just feeling a little stagnated here. You're just feeling a little bit old, you know? And it's not that you're old, but you're feeling old in the relationship. There isn't a lot of excitement, or maybe there hasn't been enough excitement for quite some time. And this is not to say that this is a real threat to your relationship, but this Page of Cups comes in and they give you a cup, and it's really quite exciting and new and fresh after this long-term relationship with your King of Pentacles. And for some of you, it's going to remind you that you need to spice things up a little bit before one of these Page of Cups actually does whisk you away. Devil, 15, 10 of Wands, Wheel of Fortune. Wow, nice, nice, nice. Some of you who are very, this is a great spread. The Devil has come in, very highly creative card for Capricorn energy, right? But the Devil is beautiful energy when you combine it with 10 of Wands, because what we talk about here is a burst of creativity that's coming in, because you have now you're now ready to lay down these wands. The wands are representative of blockages and obstacles, obstructions, self-esteem issues, guilt, misplaced guilt. It can be responsibilities that you've had to shoulder for a period of time that have been simply a burden, right? I mean, we do things in life, listen, we do things in life for people because we love them. We take care of our children. We may take care of a sick or ill family member, you know. We do it out of a sense of duty and affection and love, but it doesn't change the fact that these responsibilities can be burdens. They can be burdens, and they can be burdens that block your forward progression with your own life, right? I mean, it's not to say that you shouldn't do them, but at the same time, you should also not discount the fact that they are indeed burdens, and that at some point you need to free yourself from these burdens. Well, you're at that stage, Pisces, and the Wheel of Fortune is coming in beautifully because you're laying it down, and the Wheel of Fortune is ready to open up and sort of throw all of these beautiful options and opportunities of favor your way, okay? Because you have gone through such a long period of trials and tribulations, and you've done the hard work of laying down. To be able to lay down these burdens and these sort of obstacles and obstructions in your life in the face of Devil energy, right, shows how strong you are, Pisces, and how much you have learned. The Devil here is not resonating with codependency. The Devil here could be very much resonating with an increase in creative energy. Now, for some of you who are in a toxic relationship and you also feel this way, you are ready to cast out this toxic relationship and completely turn your back on it. And again, it's beautiful. You succeed. And the Wheel of Fortune certainly is turning because the universe wants to come in and reaffirm how well you've been doing. 6 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, and Queen of Pentacles. This is going to be the last spread, guys. All right, let me just put the deck over here. So for some of you, yeah, 6 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles is oftentimes misinterpreted. Definitely in America, a lot of people misinterpret it as this person trying to decide which of the poor, destitute beings on the card he will deign to give some money to. That is a very, it's a horrible interpretation, really, of the card. That's very nasty energy to try to decide between two destitute people who you're going to give your money to. It's very snobby, hawkish energy, and it's not at all what this card is about. 6 of Pentacles is about, 6 is, when you know that 6 is the number for journeying towards harmony, making an intentional journey towards harmony, then you understand that the 6 of Pentacles is the person is he's balancing his desire for having, how much he wants to have, his own desire for want and receiving, balancing that out with his desire to give, right? This is where we see someone who's come to the point in their life where they begin to enjoy giving of their abundance and not just only collecting, grabbing, saving, hoarding. He can't hand money to both figures at the same time because he's holding the scale, not because he's measuring them, all right? And so in this way, this is a really harmonious card. It means that you certainly started to learn how to sort of give of yourself. You've started to understand that everything you work for is only really worth something if you can share it with someone. Seven of Pentacles. So on the heels of this, you kind of reevaluate everything that you've achieved. You start to reevaluate some of your goals and dreams that you've been tending so diligently in your garden, right? And you start to say, hang on a second, are these really the things I want for my life, right? Before you got to this harmonious period where you've just started to see that giving is just as valuable and even more valuable than receiving, you may have had a desire to grow or to have this kind of outcome, but you've changed a lot. This doesn't mean that you've changed wanting to make money. It just means that you've perhaps changed how you want to make your money or how you wish your career to progress. You want to make a little adjustment here and there. And the Queen of Pentacles comes in to remind you that yes, indeed, in order to manifest anything, it always has to be connected to your heart. The Queen represents water and emotions. Pentacles, earth. So when we want to manifest things in the physical realm, in the material, we want to have businesses in abundance, or we want to have the financial ability to be able to do humanitarian work or help others, then we have to connect that to our heart. We have to open our heart chakra and connect it to what we do, our career goals, our passions, and all the decisions that we make. If you do that, if you connect with who you are and connect with your heart, then you can't go wrong, especially now that you're trying to make some adjustments to this area of your life. All right, Pisces, I'm going to call it. This is September 15th to the 21st weekly reading and forecast. This has really been a lot of forecasts about deciding the next step in your life, right? New stages in life are coming in, possibly new relationships, possibly wanting a new kind of relationship with someone you've been with for some time. So a reevaluating or a rejudging, we call it, of a relationship, changing the dynamic, right? So it's reinvigoration, reawakenings. It's really beautiful. So if this resonated with you, Pisces, please like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell. Share the video on your social media platforms. That's really the best way you can help me grow my channel. It's just by sharing this video with other people, like-minded people as yourselves, who you think may benefit or enjoy watching it. But for right now, Pisces, you know how much I love you. You guys have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week for the weeklies. Bye-bye, guys.